Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Regressing back to the mean. It's the Audience of One show on Conroe's 106.1 and 104.5 FM, streaming on irlonestar.com and available wherever you tend to get your podcasts from. On today's show, we discuss the ultimate get off my lawn guy, the dangers of throwing grenades, and an update on the screw worm. I am Andrew, maestro of the run sheet, next to the guy who believes that anything can be radioactive. It's Dick. I'm always down to clown. Schisler. You are an inadvertent savant, man.
How so?
Last week you said anything can be radioactive, and by God, within days, national story, radioactive shrimp found in the Gulf, sold at Walmarts all across the country. I'm telling you, you don't even know your own power sometimes.
Well, I'm an influencer. That's what I tell people.
Yeah, you influence the shrimp to be radioactive. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, you always love stories like that because it's already too late for some, and I always some stories scale bigger. It's like,
can you imagine that pit in your stomach if you're reading it, going, "Oh no, I had scampi last night."
Yeah.
Oh God. I hope they at least didn't pay full price for them.
Well, it's Walmart.
Yeah, that's true. Everything's always at a slight discount at Walmart.
You never really know. Well, because we had that discussion yesterday because we're at the Time to Spare bowling alley, and I think they have this ad that it feels like they bought it from some company, but it said sushi, and I was like, I don't know how I feel about buying sushi from a bowling alley. That's kind of odd. And I said
not a place where I would want to buy sushi.
I said that at the table, and everyone's like, well, everyone thought it was odd to buy sushi from Kroger and H-E-B, but now it's like a big seller of theirs. And I was like, that's true, but still, I don't buy sushi from H-E-B and Kroger, but...
Yeah, I think if I was naming the top places where I would not want to buy sushi from, I don't know that I would arrive at my number one answer right away, but bowling alley has got to be high up on that list.
I don't think they had it there, but like the ad...
So it's just a tongue-in-cheek advertisement?
Well, it's one of those ads that look fake. Like, not fake, like they just bought it where it's like, oh, hey, we sell these to... bowling alleys and restaurants, and it like highlights the food, and they forgot to take out sushi. It was pretty good. It was.
You want some alley fries and some salmon rolls, man.
Yeah, that's a little bizarre. And
well, Dick, I gotta say, you look fantastic today. You look good.
I bathed.
That's good.
And I brushed my teeth.
So
far so good.
I think we need to normalize giving people compliments again.
So you're just giving a compliment for the sake of a compliment?
No, I mean I really mean it. You look good, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, because think about it. I think it was a better time if you could just be like, man, those jeans. The shape really enhances your rear and get away with it. I think that's a fantastic thing to be able to say to somebody and get away with it.
That's kind of weird.
Okay.
Hey, what about this one? You look great.
Okay.
Or I was more going for, I like it when they say, you haven't changed a bit.
Right. But what if I look like ass before?
Well, that's what I was, because a lot of people say that about me. And I'm like, well, the last time I saw you, I was 14.
Yeah. Wait, no, hold on. The last time I saw you was 2 years ago on New Year's, and I was really hammered, stumbling around in the ditch. I haven't changed? I guess you're right.
That's great. Well,
no, I do think we need to normalize compliments again, man. So
I think they're already normal. You just haven't earned them.
We're not woke anymore?
No, you haven't earned a compliment.
Oh, dang it.
You got to earn it.
I was fishing for one.
Yeah, clearly.
So how do I look? How do my jeans look on my rear?
I don't really want to... I don't want to get into this conversation anymore. Can we get out of it?
Well, since cell phones have been banned at schools, now for 1 week, I do believe...
You know what's great? I wanted to send this to you.
Okay.
Ironically, my nephew got his first cell phone.
Oh, man. That's like finally turning 16 to get your driver's license, and they changed the age to 18.
Funniest thing ever. It was like, because I was talking... I've been hanging out with my family for the past couple of weeks, and... my sister's like, "Oh, I got a phone for Braden." Talking to my other sister, and like he can have it. I have a free line. Don't worry about it. Da 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 da. And when Braden got the phone, he was all excited, and I'm like, "Hey, Braden, so when's your first day of school? Can you bring your phone there?" And he's like,
Well, I think it's easier that way because it's not like he's been used to having it. If he just got it,
True.
It's nothing has changed. But I do think we have,
so funny,
because they have been banned in school, we have identified a nice market inefficiency here. I think we need to come up with stealth phones.
Yeah, your watch. You ever seen the people
No,
who try
those are pretty obvious. I think we need to have cell phones integrated into our school supplies. So like you go to open up your Crayola box to get out a nice magenta and wha-bam, there's Instagram right there, buddy. Huh?
Isn't that Google Glass?
Could be, but those are really expensive. I'm talking like cheap, lo-fi stuff from China.
I have no idea. I have no idea how that works.
Maybe in the pencil sharpener, ma'am, Miss Johnson, I need to sharpen my pencil.
They don't even use pencil sharpener.
You go over there, sharpen that. You're winding the little dial up comes a little screen. Right there, TikTok.
Who uses pencils?
You bring up a good point. I kind of would have thought that mechanical pencils would have replaced regular pencils by now, but I don't think so. I think regular pencils are still around. Maybe that bodes well for us humans and going against robots.
Well, if anything, it kind of gives us more depth because there's nothing like a good number 2.
You have a point.
Boom.
We can go ahead and end the show right here.
Yeah,
Thank you, Onesies, for joining us. Like, share, subscribe, and follow.
Yeah, speaking of pencils, I wanted to...
Ayo.
You know how I do the seniors bowling thing? Well, they all use my pencils, and I don't always keep them sharpened every week. I just didn't have time to do that. This lady brings her own sharpener, and she comes up to me, and it was like shade being thrown at me. She goes, "Look what I brought."
Now, was it one you have to mechanically, physically, manually turn?
Actually,
or was it a battery powered?
It was battery. And she goes, and she puts it on the check-in table. And I'm like, "Great, you got a pencil sharpener." And she's like, "Yeah, because you never sharpen the pencils."
Oh.
And I looked at her straight in the eye. I go, "Well, hey." And I grabbed the pencils, all the pencils, like, "Get to work." And she didn't really appreciate that, but.
No, but that was a very passive-aggressive take on
great.
you.
It was great.
And your dull pencils.
I just don't think about sharpening pencils. I'm not in that world, except once a while.
I don't think most people are in the pencil sharpening world, so you're probably not alone there.
I always use mechanical pencils.
That's what I'm talking about.
0.5. Lead. That was my go-to.
That was your go-to, the 0.5?
Yeah, I like it really thin. And
I like the nice 0.8. I like a nice thick lead.
No, I can't do that. Well, the only thing
the 0.5s would break too often.
That's because you don't have a gentle touch.
No, and they were good. They weren't nearly as good when you're like doing shading, when you're doing your
doodling.
Oh, yeah, me neither.
I was trying to be accurate.
Oh, you're doing mathematics, high-level geometry.
Yeah. Well, the only problem is you had to get really good at using the ruler, basically doing your lines, because if you don't hit it hard enough, you don't really see it. So you got to do it like 3 times.
Check out this Pythagorean theorem, man.
Yeah, that's the only way. That's the only purpose I had in my life for a 0.7.
I guess if you had a 0.5, you can draw smiley faces on your eyes when you're dotting your eyes. Yeah. Really nice detail. So there is that. Or little hearts.
Man, this pencil conversation's really
I didn't think we were going to go to pencil conversation.
I love it.
You never know what you're going to get here on the Audience of One show, guys.
On the table, I was like, really?
Oh, that's funny. Speaking of being kids, when we were younger, at least for me anyways, it seemed like nicknames were more prevalent. I just don't know that as we get older, nicknames stick around. But I swear, like when I was in my 20s and I was going out places and meeting new people, they'd be like, hey, what's up, Richard? What's up? Hey, this is my buddy, Cheez-Its. And you're just like, whatever. You just rolled with it, you know? This is my big friend, Earthquake. Hey, Earthquake, what's up? But when you get to a certain age, and I don't know exactly what age it is, that starts to kind of fade. And I guess it's when you get into the real world with jobs and stuff. You're not going to introduce yourself as Snacks or Cheez-Its. You got to go with your biblical name.
Well, you earn it. Like you earn compliments, but clearly you haven't.
I haven't earned one yet.
You haven't earned one yet.
I'm trying so hard too, man.
I'll come up with them now. I'm pretty good at coming up
I
with
figured
nicknames.
you like nicknames, considering your own moniker. But do you know anybody still and refer to them in your advanced age by a nickname?
Yeah, I actually talked to my best friend the other day, and we made a joke because Sonic released Cherry Berry. like slushies or something like that, like a new line of slushies. And his nickname in high school was Cherry Berry.
Cherry Berry,
Yeah.
huh? All right.
So I was like,
Okay.
oh, it still lives. Well, my favorite interaction I had with my name was someone asked, hey, is Dick a nickname? What is that
No,
like?
no, it's all natural, baby.
Well, no, and I kind of laughed to myself because I go, imagine if that's what the story was. It wasn't a Richard. And someone gave you the nickname Dick. I feel like that there's got to be a good story to that.
I would think so. Yes, I would think so.
But I'm like, sadly, no, it's Richard. It's somehow short for it.
Cherry Berry. That I like that one though. Can go a lot of different ways.
I don't know where that came about. I don't really remember, but it stuck.
I don't know. I like it. I rather like it. I say again, bring back cell phones, pencil sharpeners, and nicknames.
How about pencils in general?
This is true. No one writes anymore. That's the
No
problem.
one carries a number 2.
You've always left it behind. All right, let's go ahead and kick off this show, Dick. I swear, every week it is like I have to decide and filter out what stories to pick, what stories to actually go into this week's show, because there are so many. This world we live in the year 2025, in the day of our Lord, year of our Lord, it's just a gift to the audience of one show. And I am vamping till my show music comes up so hard. We'd had back-to-back
it crashed.
weeks.
It hates that song. I'm convinced of it.
Do we need to come up with another version of that song or a different
I don't
file?
know. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Well, from NBC News, a man was arrested in Ocala, Florida over the weekend after neighbors said he repeatedly aimed sprinklers at students with disabilities. Good God.
Nice.
Antonio Roman, 61 years of age, was charged with 4 counts of stalking, 2 counts of battery, and 2 counts of battery of a disabled person, the sheriff office said. He is alleged to have used his home's security camera to turn on his sprinklers to intentionally spray his neighbors as they waited for the school bus.
I think they got a camera.
It is insane. So get this. Now, obviously, this guy lives...
Dude, check this out. They got video.
In a neighborhood.
They got a video of it.
Yes, I'm watching this. He lives in a neighborhood for onesies that are just listening and not watching. The school bus stop is right in front of his house. And of course, that means at a certain point in the morning, there will be children gathered in his
here they come
front
in the
yard.
wheelchair. Oh, my
And in this particular
gosh.
case, there are disabled children. And the timing is impeccable because the school bus pulls up, no children out by or no sprinkler systems anywhere to be found. And as soon as the kids start to make their way to the school bus, all of the sprinklers turn on. Now look,
There's plausible
it is-
deniability in that.
well, that's the thing. You say, I have no idea, but the timing is just too suspect, right? Now look, I do think it's bad no matter what, if the children are disabled or fully capable, handy-capable, whatever, but it is, the optics of it are so bad. Because
He admitted it. He admitted to doing this. What an
they're
idiot. That's wild.
Oh,
Well, I don't know if you noticed this, the video footage we're putting up. At the bottom, you can't really read what it's saying, is the officers took this footage. So
Yes.
when they called, they're like, all right, we'll set up a sting
operation, correct. And there's actually audio to that video where the police officer saying, okay, no sprinklers on yet, no sprinklers on yet, kids are there, sprinklers are on.
Wild.
He's got it timed just perfectly. So he can claim that they were scheduled, but he was there manually waiting, for watching on his security camera and then turning it on. One of the victims is a 17-year-old who has been diagnosed with Parker-Willie syndrome, a genetic disorder, and is cognitively impaired. One of the fathers, I think, actually tried to help the situation and would show up in a swimsuit, swimming trunks, and would attempt to block the water streams from hitting the children as they got on the bus. Now, you oftentimes have pigeonholed me as the get off my lawn guy, but I think this guy is an example for all of us. All of us that are aspire to be
It's
the
more,
get off my lawn
it's more
guy.
like the classic bored retired guy. Because remember that story from a year ago where that older guy would walk around with a slingshot and shoot people's windows out?
Yes, this is first cousin right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. He may have been inspired
Added
by
to the
that.
list. Now I'm going to have to get more creative when I get older. I'm like, how am I going to
This
terrorize people?
This guy has raised the bar considerably, using a little bit of technology with the security
sprinkler is
cams.
Great.
But he had it just aimed directly at the school bus.
Yeah.
Greatness. But alas, he was caught and then admitted his wrongdoing.
Yeah, never admit anything, guy.
Yeah, man.
That should be like rule number 1 for anybody.
To the day you die, to the day you die.
Like, play dumb there. Oh, what are you talking about? They're just my sprinklers. I was watering my lawn. Oh, maybe the lawnmower hit it, and it's now shooting over my neighbors.
That's another thing, is if I were one of the dads in this situation, or the parents, whatever, I don't believe I would have just stood there and let that sprinkler system hit my child, disabled or not. I think I'm getting a 4-iron and going I'm going full Elon on that sprinkler head when it comes up. Because then it's just a geyser straight into the air, and
or
hitting
you
anybody.
could be a normal neighbor and just casually go next door and say, "Hey, I've noticed that you're."
No, you're not dealing with normal. Normal can't deal with normal. You have to take measures into your own hands in that situation.
Then I would cap them.
That is definitely.
I would actually go the next level. I would get some cement glue.
What kind of glue?
Cement glue.
Okay, thought you said something else.
Or plastic. I basically know. I think pipe glue would work just as well. And like PVC pipe glue, and just cap those babies and glue it, and then be like, "Oh, there you go, problem solved."
Jeez, dude, that's pretty macabre.
Well, you try to one up me about hitting it with a freaking
hitting the
golf
sprinkler
club.
head.
Yeah, and that way I'm like, "Hey, now no one can have water now, thanks to you." Okay. But first, I would go to the neighbor and be like, "Hey, man, please don't tell me you're doing this on purpose. They're in a wheelchair."
Just makes it so much worse. According to the Florence police, and this would be Florence, Oregon, David Ray Allen saw 4 people near his car in the middle of the night. So that's got to be pretty scary. If you see 4 people next to your little Maverick in the middle of the night, Dick, you're probably thinking, "Uh-oh, they're going to steal it." Maybe you yell out the window.
I did.
Hey!
I had rats.
Well, no, these are 4 human people. You might yell at them, "Hey! Get away from my car, man." You may even get the shotgun and cock it real loud to scare them off.
No one ever
right?
does that. You know that, right? If you're smart, it's already loaded.
Well, it's loaded. You're just putting it to the chamber. No, this man decided to take it.
You don't have your gun already loaded, ready to go?
I could maybe a Chinese throwing star.
Well, no, you don't tell people that, so it's always a mystery.
Is it loaded or is it not? Well, anyways, he did not do any of those things. Instead, he decided to throw a homemade grenade at him. However, when he attempted to throw the homemade device, it exploded in his hand, causing him to lose part of his hand and his arm. Police arrived on the scene and discovered his injuries along with human flesh, a lighter, and burnt cardboard that he used for a fuse. Good God. And now this guy, Allen, faces charges for disorderly conduct, unlawful possession of a destructive device, and manufacture of a destructive device. Oh my, dude. Again, not something I would immediately go to. So you know how they say if you're going to own firearms, you probably need to practice it so that in a moment like this, you're ready, you're comfortable with your firearm.
Where do you go?
If you're a grenade guy, you can't practice with it.
Yeah, you can. You can always find a way.
Where do you go to practice throwing your grenades?
We live out here in the country.
This is true. We're near cut and shoot. So sorry to all the cut and shoot.
If anything, my first thought would be like, let's go to cut and shoot. That's my first thought would be that.
I don't know. I just don't know that I would immediately go to grenade.
If you don't know where cut and shoot is, just look it up.
Because here's the thing.
Great.
Even if you do successfully throw the grenade at these guys, you're going to blow up your own car. It doesn't make any sense. I think this guy was really looking for an excuse.
To get a new car?
Yeah, or to just check out some of his homemade explosives.
I would like to talk to that guy. That'd be fun.
I bet he makes a mean snare. One of those snares from the tree.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I've always wanted to make one of those.
You can.
Yeah, but I mean, like and have it actually work. I mean, I could make one right now. Teach me, a wise one. You did predict the radioactivity from last week.
I do predict a lot.
Show me how to make a snare from a tree, please.
We got to get a good tree first.
True. What kind of tree works best?
It has to have a limb that can at least bend a certain degree.
But also tell me more.
But also have enough, I don't know.
A nice red oak, perhaps? Do those work the best because they have some give, but yet they have some good snap?
I don't know, man. I'm not a tree guy. Sorry.
Oh, man. Get this story. A Yorba Linda resident. I don't know where Yorba Linda is. I think it's in California. Yeah, California. Yorba Linda resident Jason Hong was celebrating his 75th birthday on July 28th. Well, happy birthday, Mr. Hong. When he decided to pay a visit to his airplane, a 1958 Cessna Skyhawk, which he keeps at the Corona Municipal Airport. Well, that's pretty cool. Guy's got an old Cessna airplane, probably flies it on the weekends.
Yeah, it's a Cessna.
Pretty cool. However, he was met with an unpleasant surprise upon arriving at the airport. His airplane was gone. Hong reported the plane missing to the Corona Police Department, thinking that he may never see it again. However, Hong received a call from the Laverne police on July 29th informing him that they had found his plane parked at the Brackett Field Airport, which is about 23 miles northeast of Corona. So he's like, hey, sweet, somebody must have stolen my plane, took it for a joyride, landed it 23 miles away. Nice. Goes over there, confirms it's his plane. He says, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the battery out so that this plane doesn't get stolen again, and I'll come back next weekend and pick it up. Well, the next weekend, he goes back to pick up the plane, and I'll be damned, the plane is gone again.
Oh, wow. It must be drug guys.
Well, it's really interesting. So this time it was found about 18 miles west of where it was from the last time it was stolen, except this time it had a brand new battery in it.
Yeah.
They had replaced the battery with a brand new one. This is really weird. So they still have not found who is stealing this plane. They said there have been reports that it appears to be a middle-aged woman. Yes, who, when she lands, acts suspiciously as she will not get off of the plane for quite some time and just sits in there.
Does it require a key?
I mean, I'm guessing if she's gotten in, either one, the lock doesn't work, or she is very adept at unlocking said lock.
Yeah, it says it requires a key.
I just feel like you'd be able to track this a lot easier and find out who this person is because you know they have to be in communication with the tower when they're coming in every time. It just doesn't seem like this would be a very hard person to identify, to find the perp, so to speak.
I like it.
It's interesting. He says when someone breaks into your house, they're looking for jewelry or cash. But in this case, what's the purpose? It's like someone breaks my window and then they put up a new one. They're stealing my plane, but every time I get it back, it's in better condition than the last time I found it.
Yeah, I was going to say it was drug runners.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. But again, it would seem like it'd be too obvious, right?
Well, that's the whole benefit of stealing a plane.
They keep stealing the same one over and over. Maybe it's not the same person each time.
They know it works.
Well, authorities remain mystified. I love that, though, man. It's a pretty interesting story.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can't afford a plane, but I can afford a battery.
It's true. How much are plane batteries? And do they just run off of regular car batteries? I don't know. Seems like those little planes, too, can't hold very much. So if you are running drugs, you probably aren't running very much. Just seems like maybe one of those little bongo tropes would be a little bit smarter, like we talked about last week.
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
Okay, yes, please. Identify for me on eBay price of a Cessna battery. It's got to be hundreds of dollars. And then you got to go and where's the old one? Did he just leave it right there on the side?
Oh, wow, they are expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Keep talking.
Oh, I'm done with this story, I suppose. Well, he said there's no real evidence as to who stole the plane and no leads still at this time. What?
They're like $11,000?
Good grief.
What?
Well, if you're dealing with enough drugs, I suppose you can afford it. Dick, have you ever walked into a Starbucks, perhaps, and seen the folks there on their laptops working? Seems like this was a real fad probably 10, 15, 20 years ago when Wi-Fi wasn't as widely available as it is today. You would go into Starbucks because they would offer Wi-Fi.
Yeah, okay.
And so people would camp out in there and work or whatever, right? Well, this is pretty interesting. In Starbucks in South Korea, they have a problem.
Yeah, $3,000.
Because some of their customers are treating the outlets like private office spaces. Starbucks is asking customers in South Korea to stop bringing monitors, printers, and desk dividers into their stores.
The desk divider is pretty...
That's the part that really sets it apart. So they're making essentially makeshift cubes inside of Starbucks. But I guess, can you imagine sitting there with your little chocolate mocha frappe latte and you just hear from a printer next to you?
Well, you know that guy got asked to use the printer.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, can I use your printer?
Yeah, while you're there.
Yeah, why not? I will say I used to travel with my PC.
Mm-hmm.
But I never went to a Starbucks. Oh, just because I like doing computer stuff.
By computer stuff, you mean games. Let's be honest.
And editing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Editing games.
Well, I didn't have a laptop at the time when I was getting into photography when I was like 12, 13.
Sure.
So when we go on vacation or go to Galveston to visit my grandfather, I would bring my whole setup because I would go take pictures and I come back.
What do you think? You're some sort of Korean immigrant? What are you doing?
No, I'm trying to come from a place where this guy's doing it because once you get used to your computer, you work very efficiently.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
preach, brother, preach.
Like my laptop, I barely use it as a laptop.
No way.
I have a docking station. I have my IBM Model M keyboard. I got my 4K monitor, editing monitor. It's great.
Well, I think you need to take all that, haul it up into a U-Haul, park it in a Starbucks.
I can see it though.
Lobby or whatever they call
them. I can
see
it. People like their stuff.
Can you imagine seeing these people all day? All right, Dick, were you aware? I think we've done this the last 3 years. New words added to the dictionary.
Oh, yeah.
Did you hear about the words added for 2025?
No, I haven't.
The words skibbity, which we have talked about.
Yeah.
Delulu.
These are fun words.
Tradwife.
Tradwife?
Uh-huh. And broliarchy are among the thousands of new English words, phrases, and meanings that have been added to the Cambridge Dictionary, the world's most popular online dictionary.
Tradwife is wild.
That's short for traditional wife. So that's
wild.
Which is odd to me, the fact that we have so many versions of the word wife. Now.
How about husband? What's a trad husband?
Trad husband, I guess. I don't know. I'm not
Trasband?
I'm not familiar with it. I mean, I read what the definition is, but I wasn't aware of that. Delulu, I think, is short for delusional. Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're just okay. That's like a Gen Z thing.
Oh, I think you're onto something there.
What was that last one you said? Oh, we're the one that's like start with a B.
Broliarchy. And that's, I think, a brotherhood, right? I have to keep scrolling. It's down here so far. Oh my God. I should have just pulled these out. No, I don't even see it now. But yeah, broliarchy is basically like people in high power, from what I can remember, like think Elon Musk and some of his cronies.
How do you spell it?
Now I got to scroll all the way back up.
Yeah, you're saying interesting things to me. I want to know more.
Okay. Yes. You are just a sponge for knowledge. BROLIGARCHY. Broliarchy.
Okay. It's a situation where a group of wealthy men.
Right.
Okay.
Keep reading because I haven't found it yet on mine.
Yeah, so wealthy men, often from tech or finance industries, wield significant and arguably undue political influence. I like this.
Mm-hmm. Well, I do think some of these new words like skibbity and delulu really show where we are as a society when you compare it back to some of the words that were added 70 years ago or so. So new words in the 1950s, you had words like blindside, nail biter, nerd, trailblazing. Okay, these are words now that were still commonly used in our lexicon. If you move into the 80s, you kind of start to see a trend into technology. You had caller ID, IP address, and latte. Speaking of Starbucks. Definitely a sign of the times, right?
Those are actual things.
Correct. But then we start to see where things get a little crazy. In 2005, we have butt dial. And then in 2006, we have bussin'. Yeah, things are headed in the wrong direction now. We have delulu.
Well, maybe because you're trying to say words like tradwife as a negative term.
I think they're just words that people use.
Yeah, but I
don't
feel
think it doesn't matter if it's popular or not.
The origin of tradwife, I feel, is like a negative term. It's like it's a slang term to be something negative.
Possibly, but if it's a term or word that we're using, I don't think it matters.
Wife.
I don't think it matters. If it's just a word that is now infiltrated into our society,
broliarchy,
then they track it. And I mean, I guess it
guess.
makes sense because if we didn't do this,
There's not one guy at that table or lady at that table going, "This is just gibberish, guys."
exactly.
Like my 4-year-old came up with this one.
Yeah.
I slipped it by you guys. I wanted to test you guys. When's enough with these words?
I don't know, man.
That'd be great.
I don't know. But yeah, I think it's interesting. I put a link to all of the words, well, the top words that have been added since 1950, and it's a long, long list. Very interesting. But again,
What's
your
best butt dial story?
I don't know that I have a best one. I mean, it's happened, I'm sure, before. So when someone butt dials you and you can tell immediately that they're not listening to you, and it's obviously the phone is in their pocket, do you sit there and listen for a while to see if you catch them doing anything dirty?
Cindy used to. I don't know if she like would literally butt dial me, but she would always like put her phone down.
Mm-hmm. You're like, hello.
Like,
Once you realize that no one's answering, you just sit there, don't you, and wait minutes. Come on.
No, I have no time for that.
Listen for some heavy breathing or something.
No time for that.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite butt dial story, my sister was telling me her boyfriend in college, who was a prominent QB quarterback for the team, butt dialed the next girlfriend because like they broke up, and butt dialed the girlfriend then.
The previous, you mean?
The next girlfriend from her.
Oh,
they broke up after college. And then
gotcha.
They were still chatting, and then he was dating somebody else. Well, anyway, butt dial happens while he's getting a massage.
Mm-hmm. As what will happen, sure.
And what kind of massage place do you think it was?
The kind that's very happy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently they heard the entire conversation.
Oh, she got to see the art of the deal. How does this go down? I've oftentimes wondered, as not being someone who's ever patronized one of these places.
I was laughing so hard.
I don't know how that deal happens.
Yeah, I was like, I can't imagine that conversation. And it's just, you're like, what is this guy talking about? All his keywords or whatever it is. Oh, that was great. That's probably my favorite butt dial story. So
that's a good one. I don't have one like that. That is a good
they
one.
Didn't stay together that long after that.
I can't imagine why.
So,
I can't imagine why.
But it was still a good story.
Quick story here before the break. This is really interesting. A man named Richard Gulliford. He's 56 years old.
Already
he lives
like him.
in Pittsburgh, Michigan. He retired from the Ford factory in January of 2024. But in 2014, he was repairing the electrical systems of vehicles at their Michigan assembly plant in Wayne, when unbeknownst to him, his wallet slipped out of his shirt pocket, landing amid the transmission system of a red 2015 Ford Edge SUV. Now, why he was having to repair an electrical system of a brand new car, I don't know. But alas, the wallet would end up going on a 151-mile odyssey across multiple states before a mechanic in Minnesota last month discovered the obstacle that was preventing him from putting the vehicle's airbox back on in place was this man's leather wallet. So he messaged this guy in the middle of the night and said, "Is this you? Is this your wallet?" And he's going, "I'll be damned, it sure is." So he was reunited with his wallet 11 years and 151,000 miles later.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool, man.
I had a wallet story like that.
Did you now?
Yeah.
Did one of them rats take it?
No.
For a little journey through your backyard?
Well, it's kind of a sad story. I was bowling in a tournament and I won.
Oh, that is really sad.
And so I got I think it was like $370 or it was up to $400 in cash.
This is tear jerking.
And I put it, and I was like, oh, I gotta get gas. So of course I get out and I put my wallet on top of my car, not thinking, get gas, drive off.
You never have that much cash on you. And now you got all this cash, and of course you leave it.
Well, I drive off, and then I was like, oh, I lost my wallet. So I drove back, and it's all open. There's not any buildings besides the gas station. So it's just basically ditches. So I lost my wallet. I was like, it sucks. Like, I lost all that cash, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
A year later, they're doing construction, and they're basically laying cable down by the gas because they're building a bunch of stuff. And this very generous guy who couldn't really speak English, unfortunately, and I was like, he's like, I found your wallet. And I'm like, where are you? And I go out there, and the wallet just looks like it's been out in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
No cash in it,
no,
of course. And it has all my IDs.
No dinero, senor, but I found your wallet.
But it was really nice. And I was like, well, it was a gift. It was a graduation gift from my mother. So I still have it.
Well, that's good.
So I was very happy about that. Like, the cash sucked. And what's funny is he kept repeating, there was no cash in it.
Yeah,
There's
over and over.
no
Yeah, I'm
cash.
not implicating you, sir. No dinero. None.
I didn't care. It was a year later. I was like, hey, don't worry about it, man. I'm so
He really wanted to make sure that you knew he didn't steal that cash.
and I didn't even bring it up. He was just like, so you know,
It's
there's
like,
no
it's okay,
cash.
man. What
But-
are you, Delulu? Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
I still got that wallet, man, and it's gonna be in my keep safe box.
It's all skibbity, bro. All right, it's a pretty good time to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about suing your employer right here on the Audience of One show. Everyone, stick around.
Car enthusiasts of Conroe, FM 104.5 and 106.1 Lone Star Community Radio invites you to shift into gear every Monday from 1 to 2 with Cruising Car Club Talk with Robert and Randy for news on all things automotive in the greater Houston-Conroe area. Can't make a live show? We've got you covered. You can find all of our uncut content, including full episodes on Spotify, iTunes, Play Store, YouTube, Facebook, and irlonestar.com. Again, that's Mondays 1 to 2, Cruising Car Club Talk with Robert and Randy. See you there.
Aight, we back. We back with Audience of One here on Lone Star Community Radio.
You okay?
Yeah, you weren't looking at me. I was like, we're back.
Yeah, we're back, man.
We're back.
We're so back.
And that wasn't directed towards the audience. I was like, you. I don't know
Just
what
like
you're
number
doing.
2 pencils, baby.
Yeah.
We are back.
But yeah, we always encourage our listeners to send us emails or send us stories to our email address at audienceofoneshow@gmail.com.
As a matter of fact,
And we
have another
we got a onesie
listener submitted story.
Thank you. I love the wild stories, and you know what I like to hear is not Andrew's stories, because usually they're boring and they have no good ending.
No, every single one of these is a banger, and you know it.
You know, I wanted to remind you. You know, I'm on the neighborhood Facebook. And apparently, like 2 days ago, there was this random woman that would go up to his house and try to use their Wi-Fi.
She should have gone to a Starbucks,
Yeah,
man.
dude. And
It was the printer that gave her away.
Somebody reached out. I was like, "Hey, does anyone know who this is? Like, they seem a little challenged." And but she keeps repeating, "Hey, what's your Wi-Fi password?"
She also asked if we had any spare ink for her printer.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone replied yet, but it was. I was like, that's kind of unnerving, right? Like someone randomly just start going, like, knock on the door. Hey, what's your Wi-Fi password? I'm trying to get on.
That is kind of weird.
Hey,
man, you miss all the shots, 100% of the shots you don't take.
That's very true. That's how I live my life.
Scatter shoot right there. You never
Yeah.
know. Somebody might just say, you know what? Let's just reach out to this poor soul and lend her our Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Now, in that case,
Is that how you imagine my neighbor?
Yes, I do. And here's the thing is, do you give them the password or do you grab their device and tap it in yourself such that they don't know your password, right? And make sure that it doesn't connect
I would get their
automatically.
security stuff.
Because otherwise she's going to be hanging out in your yard and you're going to have to turn the sprinklers on her.
No, I go, hey, let me see your device. And then I would allow her specific device to have so much accessibility to my network.
Jeez, all these rules. Either give her the Wi-Fi or don't.
Yeah.
Jeez, man.
Yeah, I had a friend that did that for his Wi-Fi, and it was the funniest
Mm-hmm.
thing. I was like, you have to do this for everyone that comes over here? Like, you have to take my phone and go up to your computer and, like, set up a new key and assign that
pain
key
in
to
the
this.
ass.
And I was like, that's pretty awesome. I like that.
Interesting.
Nothing
Dick,
wrong with
I'm
it.
going to ask you to perform
Uh-oh.
something for me right here in front of my very eyes.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you to show me how you count to 5 on your hand. How would you count to 5 on
Do
your
I
hand?
have to use my hand?
Yes.
I don't use my hand. when
This experiment is to use your hand. You have to.
Well,
in
I
this
start
case.
with my index finger.
Okay, there you go.
And then I go like that all the way to
Right,
the thumb.
starting
Thumb
with
is
the
last.
index and thumb is
So
last.
if my thumb's first, what does that mean?
Well, that's the thing is not everybody does this universally. I am
Who
like
starts
you.
with the pinky?
I am like you. When I go to count, I
Yeah.
start with my index finger and go 2 with the middle finger and on. And the reason I don't think I start with the thumb is because if I do thumb and then I do pointer and get to middle, the
can't-
index
yeah.
finger won't go up without my pinky wanting to come up with it. It just doesn't work. It's weird. However, though, if I'm tapping like on a desk, if someone were to, or this desk in front of me, and I count to 5, I'm going to start with my thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I thought it was like a
Really
personality
weird.
test.
No, it's not, but it turns out people around the world have vastly different techniques for keeping track of numbers on their hands. For example, if you're from the UK or many parts of Europe, you're probably starting with your thumb and finish with the pinky. While here in the US, we start counting with the index finger ending up with the thumb. However, in parts of the Middle East, like Iran, they begin with the pinky.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Right. I know you've always dreamed about beginning with the pinky. Whereas in Japan, they start with their fingers extended
And they
in
fold.
and open them towards the palm, drawing them in to make
like
a
this.
closed fist.
That'd blow my mind. The pinky thing would blow my mind.
Right? I couldn't imagine somebody start with, but I can do that though. See, I
Yeah.
can do pinky first because I'm holding down this finger with my thumb. It works. I can physically do it, whereas with the thumb starting first, I physically can't. It's kind of like doing the Klingon.
Yeah,
I can do that too. Some people can't. I can't roll my tongue in a taco, but I can do the Star Wars.
I can do my tongue toggle.
Oh, that is so hot.
And
See, I told you
I
you
can
were
do this.
I told you
and
you
I
were.
can do this.
I told you
and
you
I
were
can
looking
raise
good
my eyebrow.
today.
I can move my ears. I can do a lot of things.
You can move your ears.
Yeah.
Well,
it's not really.
You can predict radioactivity in food. My God, you've got it all, buddy.
the
You've got it
chosen
all.
one. No,
Yeah, the chosen
the
one.
chosen one. For stupid things you can do with your body.
Gosh, and you're wasting your skills here in a radio station.
Man, that would blow my mind. Starting with the pinky. Do you think they do it out, like palm forward? Or
This is a good point. The article does not say that if there's nails pointing forward or nails pointed towards you when
Yeah.
you're doing it. But I would
the
have the
countdown
nails
one
pointing
I
out.
can see. The count, but
Because I think if you do it with your fingernails pointed towards you, it's very aggressive, right? But if you do it this way, it seems like you're communicating with somebody.
yeah, I guess.
I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
I need 3. Not so bad. I need 3. That just seems so much more
I need
aggressive to me.
1.
This seems like, hey man, just 3 of these. 3.
All right. No, I like it. Now I'm gonna see that. See what the way you're going with this. I thought it was gonna be more of like, oh, you're a sociopath if you start with like the middle finger or something like that, or you can tell you're in a dream
I mean,
because that's the question you ask, like, hey, count to 5 using your hand, and they do it some weird way. And you're like,
there
oh,
is
I'm in a
definitely
dream.
just cultural diversity to the way we use our fingers or body parts for counting. Just gonna say, I don't know. There could be some. Why don't you do a little study yourself? A little white page there on whether or not sociopaths count with their thumb first, right here in the United States.
No, I don't want to label people like that though.
You just said you wondered.
I wondered that because half the articles you have are just pseudoscience anyway. So
This is from the BBC, sir, and we know you have much high regard for BBC.
Gee, there's so many good jokes in this episode. I am losing my mind.
Well, that's part of it. We talked about going back to school earlier, Dick. Did you ever go
I
to
don't
the
wanna go
fall festival? The fall festival when you were a kid. Did your school have?
oh yeah, that's our fundraiser.
Oh, I loved them. They were probably fundraisers for my school as well. I just didn't realize that aspect of
Like
it.
the school I went to, every grade had a certain section of
Yeah.
of
Yep.
the festival,
Mhm.
and you get to choose certain. The higher grades got certain things, like the dunk tank.
Right.
that was
Yep. That
always
was
like-
always the highest grade in the school.
Yeah.
Got the dunk tank. Yep. I got
And
to do that as
then-
well.
Yeah, I remember. All
I
that.
loved them, man. There was always a cakewalk. Wasn't ever sure what that was, but I loved them.
I did. I was the first. I was in my best friend and I, Charles. I think we were in, 8th grade, and I came up with the ring toss for the 2-liter cola.
You
I didn't-
came up
I
with
didn't
that.
come up with it, but like I
Uh-huh.
go, no one's doing that. We can make so much money because kids love soda,
Yeah.
and you just
Look
get,
at you.
and you get all the
Always
parents
thinking.
to donate it. And then I was like, oh, it's $4 a throw.
I'm just wondering if the fall festival is still a thing or if it's still as big as it was back when we were kids, or has it kind of been
And I-
replaced by the pumpkin patch?
And I also set up the first video game
I bet you did.
section.
I bet you did. Dance Dance Revolution, wasn't it?
It was like Super Smash Brothers and
Mhm.
F-Zero and all that kind of stuff. And that was a lot of fun because I just got to sit there all day and play video games.
Did you ever do a
But-
pumpkin patch? I think these are, if you've
No.
had kids, you probably have done. That's more of a modern incarnation. Basically, you go out there and you pay 10 times what
Well,
you probably would
that's not
normally
really
for a
the-
pumpkin.
That's not the fall festival. at
No,
the
no, no.
school.
That's what I
Okay.
said. I'm wondering if these have replaced them in
Oh,
popularity.
I don't know.
Because there's games and things and face painting and like mazes through the hay
Have
or
you
whatever.
been to P6 Farms down the road?
No.
They have a
no.
pretty big deal over there.
That's what I'm saying. But I think we need to.
I think they have a cornfield maze.
Yeah, I've seen them before.
Yeah,
and
I'm
I've done
good
all
at
these
that.
when my kids were younger, and I enjoyed them. But I think, again, me and my market inefficiencies, I think we need to come up with our own AOO pumpkin patch. Ramp it up a little bit. High-speed hay rides. Yeah, because hay rides are great. I was a fan of them, but after the first few minutes, kind of boring. But I think we crank these things up and see who can survive the AOO high-speed hayride, and the last person to hang on gets a free gourd or something.
Yeah, I always wondered if they did that. Like, I remember somebody in Louisiana, I was like, instead of hay rides, y'all do like the swamp boat rides?
Yeah. Look, man, I'm just always looking for business
That'd
opportunities.
be pretty badass.
I'm the Jerry Jones of community radio. Let's just say that, okay? Always be looking for new business opportunities.
Is he?
I mean, that guy's done everything
Jerry Jones?
except for win Super Bowls in the last 30 years. Yeah, we're not going to get into that. Yeah, he's done a lot.
I thought he just like got lucky with the oil and
He
just bought the Cowboys.
He did.
And that was it.
He did.
That's all he did. Like, he's like, oh, I made $100 million or whatever.
He owns all kinds of businesses.
Okay.
In addition to the Cowboys. Now they're all in and around the Cowboys, but he's got all kinds
Because I always
of
respected
and
that
did other
about
businesses
him.
prior to that as well.
Because, like, imagine making all this money, and you're like, what do you do now with all your money? He's like, I've always wanted to manage a football team.
That's essentially what he did.
Yeah.
He drilled a well for $8 million, made $100 million, and bought the Cowboys.
But that's all I would do from then on, is be the manager. I wouldn't try to do anything else.
Yeah,
Because
well,
you want to be a good manager.
yeah, well, this is an episode in and of itself. We don't need to go down
that why
that
the Cowboys suck?
Yeah, that's part of the reason. Hey, Dick, I'm going to change the conversation rather
Is he married
abruptly.
to the same woman?
He is.
See-
been cheating on her for 50 years.
Oh, well, don't say that. You don't know him.
Okay.
Oh, has he been? Oh, that's right.
He's got a fun baby.
Oh, he does?
Oh, yeah.
Would you call it? Or not it, sorry.
What?
You said a fun baby?
Yeah, she's like 30 years old now, though, or 25 or something.
So did he have a baby with this person?
Well, yes.
Okay, so
It wasn't born full grown. I mean, as an adult.
is that what they call
A baby outside of marriage?
Yeah,
fun
a
baby?
fun baby?
Which is an odd thing to call them because babies are not fun, whether or not they're your own or somebody else's.
I think they're pretty great.
So, Dick, I'm going to change the subject rather abruptly here. And
I
I
like
don't know where
fun
this
baby.
conversation is going to go because I'm always a little scared to talk about things like this with you.
Fun baby.
But the other day, as I was getting out of the shower, as I do often, I caught a glimpse of myself in the nude.
Okay, you're in the shower, so you
Yeah, and I'm getting out, and there's a mirror there in the bathroom, and I looked over and said, look at there. There I am. Now, normally I just wrap
I look
up.
at me, I'm like, what's the next fun baby?
I dry off and move on. But this time, I decided to give myself a look-see. Just give myself a nice systems check, make sure there's no new spots or bumps.
lumps. Yeah, I get you.
kind of giving myself the full body
See, I'm in tune with my
inspection.
body at all times, so I know when there's a problem.
Well, that's what I was going to ask
I can
you.
move my ears, so I
Is
have like
I feel like, especially as we get older, we probably need to give ourselves a look in the mirror in the nude at least a couple of times a year. I'm guessing. Maybe bi-monthly. I don't know. I don't know what the frequency is, but I just feel like it's probably not a bad idea. Dick, when is the last time you looked at yourself in the mirror in the nude?
this morning.
With the purposes of inspection or just like, God, I look so good?
No, I mean, well, see, this is kind of strange. It's gonna be strange.
Uh-huh. This is where I thought it was going to go.
So growing up with a lot of moles,
Growing up with a lot of moles. You mean in your yard?
no, on my body.
Okay, yes.
It was always drilled into me
Mhm.
is check your moles.
Mm-hmm.
If there's anything changing about them,
Correct.
you're gonna die.
Correct. Immediate death.
Yes. So I've always kind of like checked it out. I'm like, how we doing?
You ever get the mirror out? Or
Oh yeah, I have one of those mirrors that you can
flip? Yeah, the power.
Yeah.
It turns into
I
like
got that.
everything is like times 10.
But no, that's definitely something that was like drilled into me. So I do. I mean, I guess I do check myself out, but just because.
Well, this is the AOO PSA of the week. Onesies, look at yourself naked in the mirror. Just do it. Just every now and again,
Yeah.
just check it out. Make sure everything is in working order and condition. Because, most people
I
look at
feel
themselves
like we're
and
gonna make
go,
a lot of people depressed.
well, that's on them. That's on them. That's we're not here for psychology. We're here for medical support.
But no, I mean, to answer your question, I guess I do. But it's not like I don't know. That's wild. But then again, when you're bathing yourself, do you not look where you're bathing?
I mean, I guess in a way I do because you
Like
kind
when
of
I clean my
I mean, I
feet-
certainly don't have my eyes closed when I'm showering.
Yeah, like when I'm cleaning my feet, I'm like, all right, toes are good. Like there you go.
Yeah, but I guess there's a difference between just looking down and make sure you're hitting the target and really spreading the toes and looking in there for fungi or something.
Well, I think the last recent surprise I had was
yeah, what's the most recent surprise you had while you saw yourself naked? Dick?
I was working outside, and I guess I don't know if it was a combination of mosquitoes, chiggers, and all sorts of bites all over my legs. And then I was like, you casually just itch a little bit. And then like
Mhm.
when you finally get like the next day or 2 days, you look at I looked at my legs
God
and it was
bless.
covered in welts. And I was
Mhm.
just like, oh my gosh, it looks like I have a disease. And I was like,
I
what?
think in that case, when it's itchy, you're probably going to look down and notice it. But sometimes
Well,
these
no,
things can be a silent killer.
No, I'm
Dick.
saying you're just casually itching throughout the
Mhm.
day. And
Oh,
you're like,
I know.
okay, whatever.
I'm very aware. And
I'm
you look
not-
down, you're like, ah!
Yeah, and it was covered. It looked like I had a disease. And I was like, did I get chiggers? Like, what is going on with this? And
Yeah. Well, again, look at yourself nude. Dick, I had someone ring my doorbell the other day, even though I have a no soliciting sign, a very large no soliciting sign. You never know, right? They still come up to the door, but I never answer the door ever unless I
do.
know someone is. Unless I'm expecting someone, I don't answer.
I definitely
But
do.
I always do the thing where I go over to the window to make sure it's not a neighbor or something. If it's somebody I know, of course.
You don't turn on the sprinkler?
Yeah, right. Well, in this particular case, doorbell rang. I go over to the window. I look out. I don't see anyone. I thought,
Odd.
did I just get ding door ditched? Because I didn't know if that was still a thing. With social media and phones, are kids still going around doing the ding dong ditch,
So I
right?
never- I
Now, I
never-
know you called it something else, Dick, but we call it ding door ditch around here. You're just staring at me.
I never did that.
No, I never did either. And I never
I did the duct
understood
tape.
what the payoff was. What, like, you just ring the doorbell, you go around the
Yeah.
corner and just look. Oh, look at him. He came outside expecting somebody.
Or you do the bag full of poop on fire.
Now, that's comedy, sir. That is comedy. Because they have to stomp it out, and there's thus the surprise.
Yeah, we did the duct tape thing. And then,
What's the duct tape thing?
so basically you take duct tape and you put it sticky side up and you do a couple layers, like you can make like
Mhm.
a patch or whatever.
Mhm,
But it has to be a little long. It has to be longer than a tire.
Okay.
So what happens when you run over it, the sticky part hits it and the tail flaps against the rims.
Oh,
So
okay.
it sounds like a flat tire.
So you put this behind someone's car.
No, you put it in the street, like sticky
Oh,
side
gotcha.
up.
They just roll right.
They roll right over it, and then they'll think it's a flat tire.
Comedy. See, this is what kids, young AOO listeners, this is what we had to do before the internet. We had to entertain ourselves.
I really enjoyed that one. That was good. And then I think another one we would do is we put the trash cans in the middle of the street, but that was always kind of like stupid to me. I didn't.
No, yeah.
Because it's just inconvenience.
Yeah.
The duct tape's funny because you get out of the car and they're like, "What the hell did I hit?" And they're like, "What is this duct tape? What is
Why are all
this?"
the children laughing at me?
Oh, that's good
Interesting.
stuff, man.
Well, in a recent experiment,
I
well,
might
the
go do that tonight.
You know
that
what?
sounds like fun.
Relive old times.
Well, now I can
reliving the good old days.
Now you get your stuff posted to the neighborhood website,
This
and you're
is
like,
true.
or Facebook.
Maybe that's what you do.
Someone keeps putting tape.
Rather than running across the street and hiding and laughing, you immediately go online and look to see if someone posted
Oh,
it
that'd
and
be
laugh
great.
and laugh in silence in your own bedroom.
That would be great. Well, and then like they like. Well, that's one thing I love about the neighborhood stuff is everyone has these cameras, but it's always like the worst quality. Does anyone know who this person is? Like all it is like a white shadow in the darkness, and you're like, no, that looks like a person, but
Yeah, they're usually pretty lo-fi.
yeah, it's great.
Any chance that the show music might work this time? Just I got to hear it.
You mean this one?
Yes, that one.
Okay, it works. I got it to work.
In a recent experiment that sounds more sci-fi than science class, researchers have successfully developed a novel vaccine. A vaccine platform, as a matter of fact, that uses ordinary dental floss embedded with tiny, dissolvable microneedles.
What?
Yeah, this is wicked. So apparently a group of scientists, and this was published in the Nature Biomedical Engineering newspaper or magazine, showcases how everyday materials can be reimagined to offer adaptable and accessible vaccine solutions. So I don't know if this is because needles are dangerous or people might be scared of them, but you can go get your own flu vaccine now by simply flossing, or at least this sets the ground for that. Isn't that weird, man?
Why do you don't have teeth?
I guess you can just gum it. Suck it on. Maybe vaccine lollipop, perhaps?
How long do you have to do it for?
Well, I don't
'Cause
know,
I always got that.
but I imagine that they...
I always got into my aunt about that. She's a dentist,
Mhm.
and I was like, the flossing thing, I don't get. I get it, like what its purpose is, but like how long, how good.
I think you're supposed to do it every day.
No, I meant like, do you do it till your gums bleed?
I think you're just supposed to do it until that hunk of beef jerky falls out.
Well, that's not good enough. You're supposed to get in the gum. You're supposed to get in the gum.
I think you just go once or twice in between every teeth.
The only way to get into the gums is through flossing.
This is true.
So,
or a water pick, perhaps.
So I asked her, I was like, are you supposed to do it until it bleeds? Like, how does it work?
I think if you do it enough, Dick, bleeding is not an indication that it's working.
I don't know.
I think that's user error.
I know.
That might be an indication that you don't floss enough.
Probably.
Yeah.
But again,
We'll get back to us on that one. Researchers at North Carolina State University have developed a microneedle thread platform designed to deliver vaccine antigens through oral muscular tissue. I made that word much harder than it needed to be. So I guess in this case, the more you bleed, as you're saying, the better, right? Because that would indicate you've got an open spot for all the vaccine to get in. Yeah. So make it bleed. Make it bleed. In preclinical trials.
I would go old school. I still do the needle.
Yeah? Or where you do both.
So I can
basically turn into Spider-Man.
So I can feel again.
I want to be alive.
Just stick me with the
Make
needle.
me feel alive.
Were you afraid of needles, or are you afraid of needles?
I'm going to say I'm not a fan. I don't know that I'm afraid. So, like, if someone were to bust out a needle right now and wave it around, I'm probably not going to go, "Ooh." But if you poke me with it, I'm not going to be too happy about it.
I always enjoyed the idea of getting your blood drawn. Because like usually when they're doing like vaccines or anything like that, they just kind of pick an area and they hit you, you know. But when they draw blood, I always love it because I always look at the nurse or whoever. I'm like, this is a guessing game, isn't it? Like you don't know which vein you're gonna hit.
Oh yeah,
and it's like, let's see what happens here.
What's gonna happen today? It's the Wild West on this arm.
Yeah, and I always enjoy that because.
Well, I think this is interesting. This new method.
Did you ever get a shot in your butt?
Oh, this morning. But yeah, of course. Always.
Are you diabetic or something?
No, I'm joking. But yeah, I mean, when I'm sick, if there's boosters and things, yeah, you've gotten the shot in the old butt. But this is interesting. This new method targets the leaky tissues where gums meet teeth. Get this. On any given day, this permeable region serves as an immunological, I said that right, immunological checkpoint, allowing immune cells to surveil for bacteria accumulating along the gum line. Bro, your mouth is basically just a receptacle for vaccines. And all it takes is microneedles and some floss. What are they going to think of next, Dick?
You know, I'm trying to figure out is why you choose these articles that have these scientific terms in it, and you know you're going to read them.
I love to struggle with it.
It's like, I'm sitting here trying to follow this.
Immunological.
I'm trying to follow this, and I'm like, dude, what are we talking about? We're still talking about flossing?
You're over there still thinking about the man with the sprinklers. The very
first
that's story we did.
That's a good idea. I kind of want to figure out how to do that.
Oh, I don't think it's too hard.
I think that's good.
I don't think it's too hard.
It's kind of like my idea I told you about the art chairs.
Mm-hmm.
Remember I told you the gag I wanted to do? We have all those really beautiful art benches people paint all in downtown. Well, one of them is dedicated to trains because this used to be a train station. Like a switch.
Yes. You and your damn practical jokes.
Yeah,
yes.
I told you about that.
Mm-hmm. Continue now. If the onesie that was a while ago. Go ahead, finish what you want to do.
So the idea was someone sat on it, and they sat on it for more than like 15 seconds. A train horn would go off underneath, and I think that would be really good.
Yes, right up your alley, Dick.
Yeah, and what's great about it is if it was a real
laughter for minutes on end.
If it's a real train horn, and say you're like the lawyer working above the courthouse or whatever, and you hear the train horn go off, like, got another one. Got him.
Such a simple man you are.
Yeah.
Lawrence Van Wassenhove, 59, is suing Orange, which is among the largest telecom companies in Europe, as she claimed that she went through a couple of decades in a phase that can be stated as forced inactivity.
What?
Although she received a full salary, but was left without any roles and responsibility, the worst part was there wasn't also any human connection either. And she has explained that the scenario has harmed her mental health and her feeling invisible. That's right. This woman worked at a company for over 2 decades doing nothing. And now she is complaining about it and suing her company for mental anguish and damages. By the way, this is the listener submitted story.
Hold on. Okay. Just so I understand what's happening.
Yes. Your dream job. She apparently didn't like it.
She got hired to answer a phone that never rang. Right? It's like
essentially.
I'm trying to simplify it.
My guess is this is like a real life Milton thing from Office Space. I think we've already mentioned Office Space twice now, where they don't want to fire them, so they just keep giving them less and less responsibilities.
You think so?
To where they're hoping this person will eventually just quit. Well, this person called their bluff and didn't quit. But the problem is, although I don't think Milton, he wasn't getting paid. The problem is, she could have quit herself at any point, but continued to stay for 2 decades doing nothing. Lady, I think you've missed the golden opportunity here. You don't sue people like that. You stay quiet and keep collecting that check. Oh my gosh, dude. She says, yes, I was paid, but I was treated like I didn't exist.
That's wild.
The reports say that this story in the company began in 1993 when she came in with lots of hope about having an illustrious career. She was even trained initially as an HR assistant, but further motivated her to thrive and eventually grow within the business. But when being diagnosed with epilepsy, she is stated to have been, she has partial paralysis on one side of her body.
Ooh.
She was shifted from her role. So this is where I think it begins to get sticky. She has some medical conditions where she may or may not have been able to fully complete her job role or duties as assigned. So again, the company is probably afraid to fire them, so they just kept giving her less and less to do.
Oh,
and
see,
she rode that gravy train with biscuit wheels for 2 decades.
I went another route with this story. I thought it was like that show Lost, where they had to push the button or whatever every 4 hours or whatever it was.
Oh, sure, right.
And so they're like, "Hey, we're gonna hire this person, but like you just got to answer the phone when we call."
I just don't even think she had that much responsibility.
And I was just like,
can you imagine sitting there in a chair waiting for the phone to ring
well,
for 20 years?
But she would go to the office.
That's what it sounds like. I don't know. But yeah, she was still getting paid. Well, now she's suing her company for mental anguish, man.
I like it.
Lady, you had the dream job. You had it. We got an update, Dick, on the screw worms. Remember we talked about the screw worms?
Thank you, user, or onesie.
Yes.
We had to thank the onesie. Who was it? Do you even write that down?
I did. You're never going to guess. It's Austin again. He's on fire.
Yeah.
Yes, obviously
Thank you,
a
Austin.
Listener. We talked about screw worms that were coming over into our southern border because of our open border policies, invading our livestock. Well, apparently we have invested $750 million into a facility in Edinburgh, which is down there on our southern border, which will produce about 300 million sterile screwworms per week. Bro, it's like a big screwworm brothel. It's crazy. Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins announced this during a press conference with Governor Greg Abbott last Friday.
That's a busy man right there.
That is nuts, man. So yeah, we're apparently taking this really seriously.
This right here would be why I want to run for office.
Just so you can say screwworm behind the podium.
Just so this would come across my desk. And I'd be like, say that again about the screwworm? What are we're breeding flies?
$750 million.
Yeah. And there's a budget? Let's have some fun with this. Can I come watch them release the flies?
How you want to watch?
Yeah.
We know you love to watch.
No, that would be probably one of the coolest experiences to see that.
I am not arguing with you. I agree. I agree, sir. Well, Rollins called the threat a national security issue that should concern all Americans. And I, as an American, am concerned. However, I have full faith that our sterile screwworms are going to pull through in the clutch and save all of our cattle. It could be a serious thing,
Rock and roll. I love it.
Yeah, the fly endangers our livestocks, man. Livestocks? Can you pluralize livestock? Livestocks? I don't. Well, I just did. Dick, are we after the 55-minute mark? Because I have.
Yeah, we definitely are.
I have a story here. I'm going to say something I'm not so sure I can say on the airwaves, but I'm going to see if I get away with it. A man who was throwing money off of his apartment balcony in his underwear is accused of showing his genitals to a teenager.
Ooh, that sucks.
Investigators say that 62-year-old William Hensel was throwing money off of his balcony at other people while shouting obscenities.
Okay.
That's when one of the victims asked if they could have $1, to which Hensley allegedly responded, "Hell no. You can suck my legumes."
Okay, so
legumes.
this is why he's in trouble. Okay, I thought it was just...
To which then he pulled out said legumes.
Oh, so he... Okay.
And but there's a picture of this guy, William
Ooh.
Hensel, on this website. I believe this is Fox 35 Orlando. I don't know that I've ever been to that page, but this is a doozy.
Well, I mean, if you're really going to go out, like, this is how you go out.
It said the victim told authorities that they saw Hensel's genitalia as he made a gesture in his loose-fitting underwear. So I'm just trying to picture this guy out on his balcony acting like, I guess it's Mardi Gras, throwing money at passerbys in his underwear.
Nothing wrong with this guy.
Somebody asks for $1 and then he gets upset about it. I'm like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
It sounded like the child was just reacting to the environment around him or her. I
imagine that was quite a scene.
Well, Hensel has been charged with lewd and lascivious exhibition.
Well, I haven't seen this on TikTok or anything like that.
I don't know.
That'd be awesome.
It's not in your algorithm, but I bet if you click on it once, it will be.
No, I got
like
people
this.
pooping on cars. That's a good story, too.
Can suck my legumes. All right, quick hit here at the end of the show. Dick, do you know who J. Fred Muggs is?
No, I do not.
Well, he was born March 14th in 1952 and is still alive today. He's kicking it with us. Well, he is a chimpanzee that was born in the African colony of French Cameroon. Brought to New York City before his first birthday, he was bought by 2 former NBC pages and eventually appeared on a host of television shows on that network, including NBC's Today Show, where he served as the mascot from 1953 to 1957. Muggs worked in several television shows, including a short-lived eponymous series where he toured the world and worked at Busch Gardens in Tampa, Florida. He officially retired at age 23, but as of 2025, Muggs is still alive because chimpanzees, after all, can live upwards of 70 years, although 50 is more commonly the lifespan.
It's
so
it's the healthcare.
He is kicking it, man.
Hasn't improved
Well,
yet.
he's got all that vaccine floss.
Yeah.
He's just vaccinated.
And the strains of grass in their butt.
That's exactly right.
They got that grass.
Can you imagine an old retired chimpanzee that was once a movie star, like feeling all entitled? God, that guy's got to be hell to be around. That monkey can, whatever.
Well, it's a monkey.
A chimpanzee. Wait, is a chimpanzee a monkey? We've talked about this before. I think so, right?
I don't challenge those kind of thoughts.
I don't
I'm
either.
just like, yes.
I love this, though. They've got a picture of him there, and he's all dressed up. He's got a little suit, tie, whatever.
looks
And it
good.
says occupation, television personality.
Yeah, it looks great.
Oh, years active, 1953 to 1975.
It's a little creepy, but
Well, J. Fred
That's
Muggs,
great.
you are our chimpanzee of the week. That's right. I think that is
Ah.
our first chimpanzee of the
that's
week.
really creepy though. Like to dress him up like a
Like a human.
yeah. He has a name tag. That's good.
Well,
Look at that.
that's so you don't confuse him with anyone else.
Yeah, I get it. That's cool. All right, I like it.
Awesome. Well, that's all we got for this week, or that's all I've got, anyways. I don't know if you have anything else to add. I'm done.
I want the onesies to enjoy the end of August
It's the
and-
middle of August, but okay. Well, kind of
to the end, and it's
Just enjoy it all the way to
just
its bitter
enjoy
end.
it as much as possible.
Just enjoy the hell out of it. Maybe start your own Brolyarchy. Get all crazy Delulu and go. I don't know. Trying to. Never mind.
Go find that trad wife.
That's right. There you go. Trying to
I
combine all
can't
the
believe
new
that's
words.
a word. That's a great word. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Until next week. See ya.